For Shalom TV, I'm Mark Golub, sitting in for Tisha Bader. We'll be back with you tomorrow. According to the Associated Press, Israel's Deputy Military Chief, Major General Yair Naveh, has warned that Syria's arsenal of chemical weapons, said to be the world's largest, could fall into the hands of terrorist rogue militants or Iran if, as may be inevitable, Syria has a regime change. In Israel, a significant step forward has been taken in breaking the rabbinic monopoly of power held by Israel's formal Orthodox chief rabbinate. An agreement has been signed between the chief rabbinate and the Tzohar organization of rabbis, which represents moderate religious Zionist rabbis. This agreement will now make it possible for Tzohar rabbis to officiate at wedding ceremonies anywhere in Israel. Prior to this agreement, these moderate Orthodox rabbis could only officiate in their local neighborhoods or only for their own yeshiva students. The head of Tzohar, Rabbi David Stav, expressed hope that the agreement will bring Jews from all segments of Israeli society closer to Jewish tradition. Well, here in America, there are from time to time major religious organizations which join the BDS movement of boycotts, divestments, and sanctions against Israel. But it's still disappointing to hear that the Presbyterian Church of America may consider divesting from companies doing business with Israel when it holds its annual biennial General Assembly later this month in Pittsburgh. Fortunately, the Jewish Council for Public Affairs hopes to change the agenda. The JCPA has organized a petition which now has close to 9,000 signatures of American Jews calling on the Presbyterian Church to reject divesting from companies doing business with Israel, such as Caterpillar, Hewlett-Packard, and Motorola Solutions. And the petition will be delivered to the church before its biennial. Actually, the JCPA, headed by its president, Steve Gutto, deserves a great deal of credit. Last month, the United Methodist Church rejected a similar divestment proposal after the JCPA organized a letter from 1,300 rabbis from all 50 states. And then a piece of heartening news. The International Olympic Committee has told athletes planning to participate in the upcoming London Games that if they're not prepared to compete without discrimination, they should stay home. Last month, an Algerian athlete withdrew from a canoeing event in the World Cup because an Israeli was entered. The IOC, which did not comment specifically on that incident, did condemn such a hypothetical scenario at the Olympics. IOC spokeswoman Emmanuelle Moreau said, refusing to participate in an Olympic event because of a fellow athlete or team's religion or nationality would not only be unsupporting behavior, but a serious breach of the IOC's code of ethics. And finally, last night, Sunday night, the Broadway Theater had its annual celebration of the best on Broadway with the Tony Awards. And the legacy of American Jewry's genius composer George Gershwin was front and center. 2 Gershwin musicals were nominated for multiple Tony Awards. Nice Work If You Can Get It, starring Kathleen Marshall and Matthew Broderick, was up for 10 Tonys, including Best New Musical, and the show took home the awards for both male and female featured roles for Michael McGrath and Judy Kaye. And the George and Ira Gershwin classic, Porgy and Bess, was also nominated for 10 Tonys, including the entire leading cast of Norm Lewis, David Alan Grier, Philip Boykin, and the incomparable Audra McDonald, who did win for Best Actress in a Musical for her thrilling portrayal of Bess. But the Gershwins' Porgy and Bess was also up for Best Revival of a Musical against the favorite, Stephen Sondheim's Follies. The packed house at the Beacon Theater in New York simply went wild when Mandy Patinkin and Patti LuPone announced the winner.
And the Tony goes to the Gershwins, Porgy and Bess.
What a moment. By the way, all of the lead producers, Jeffrey Richards, Jerry Frankel, Rebecca Gold, Howard Kagan, all are part of the Jewish community, as were, in complete journalistic integrity, two other producers, Mark and David Golub. It was a very special night, and I've been privileged to be part of a production with such a fabulous cast, director, and producing team of immense quality. And that is Shalom TV Update for today. Tisha Bader will be back in this seat tomorrow. I'm Mark Golub. Be well, my friends.